Hey everyone, so I got a very exciting video here. I got two phones that are amongst my favorites. The Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and the brand new LG G6. So it goes without saying guys, S7 Edge almost a year older at this point. So maybe not the most fair comparison, but still feel it's worth doing. If you guys are watching this in mid-April or later, then you can check out the Samsung Galaxy S8 speed test. We'll have it versus both these phones and a lot more. So yeah, with the G6, you have the Snapdragon 821 and 4GB of RAM. With the Galaxy, Snapdragon 820 and 4 as well. And you guys see there, G6 first one to boot up. And Galaxy up as well. Alright, so brightness at maximum on both phones. Beautiful screens, slightly larger on G6, 5.7 inches versus 5.5 on S7 Edge. Different aspect ratios, LG is 18:9, Galaxy is 16:9, both 2K panels. Galaxy is AMOLED, LG is LCD. And slightly smaller bezels on the G6, especially on the top and the bottom. Whereas on the Galaxy S7 Edge, edge-to-edge screen display, although top and bottom bezels again are larger. Look at the bottom. Galaxy micro USB, so a little bit older there. LG's USB Type-C, speakers as well. Both phones headphone jack, Galaxy's at the bottom, LG's at the top. Look at the side. Look at the other side. And the back. So again, beautiful design on both these phones. Really they're number 1 and 2 for my favorites in terms of design. All glass back, metal on the sides, and on the Galaxy, so you have one camera here, 12 megapixels. On LG you have 2 at 13, and then on LG you have fingerprint scanner right here. On the Galaxy, it's right here. Personally, I do prefer placement a lot more on the Galaxy on the home button. Alright, so let's get started. And just so you guys can see, everything is closed out. Let's start off with temper on 2. So the Galaxy S7 Edge has generally been my daily, but the LG G6 really done an incredible job with it. And you guys see here G6, first one to boot up. And those are the same version of the app. I know the icon is a little bit different, but that's because when I originally downloaded the apps, it's based on the original icon they downloaded with, if that makes any sense. But again, they are the same version. Next up, CNN. G6 here. iFunny. And after the apps, you have a lot more planned for video. Again, G6 here. YouTube. And for the S8, I will buy both versions of the phone, both the United States Snapdragon version and the international version with Samsung's processor. Calculator. Clock. So yeah, calculator and clock pretty close. eBay. G6. So far G6 doing exceptional here. Asphalt 8. And I expect G6 to win this one again. And there you go, G6 up. Alright, so a few more, and then we're going to move on to more stuff. Photos next. Again, we got G6, although the Samsung did have more to load there. ESPN. And again, we got G6 here. Just a few more settings. And then let's check out the AnTuTu benchmark for both. So as you guys can see, higher score on G6, unsurprisingly, 156,968 versus 148,000 on Samsung. Alright, so next up, let's do camera speed. So again, on the LG, you do have 2 cameras. Yeah, you guys see, just downloaded Nougat, so giving me that notification there. So on LG, slightly higher megapixels, 13 versus 12 on the Samsung. And again, on LG, you do have 2 cameras on the back. One is super wide angle. Alright, so it looks like for the most part, I mean, sometimes the Galaxy wins, sometimes the LG wins. But Galaxy sometimes does have those pretty long moments, like right there. See, I mean, if you go like that, Samsung's struggling a little bit. Alright, let's do fingerprint scanner next, and then web browsing and multitasking. So again, I do prefer the placement on the Galaxy phone right here, but this is just in terms of speed. So on the Samsung, you actually do have to press it down. On the LG, you don't. Alright, so it looks like the Samsung actually might be a little bit faster here. Although sometimes LG does win. Alright, let's move on, or let's do Chrome for a few sites and multitasking. Alright, so let's go to IGN first. IGN.com. G6 here. Nintendo next. Nintendo.com. And loving the Zelda and Switch for those guys who don't have it. Let's do FoxNews.com. And again, we got G6 here. And then the last one, let's Yahoo. So yeah, I mean, pretty clear here for G6 for the web browsing. Not much of a contest there. Alright, let's do multitasking last. And we're going to start off with the toughest one first, Temple Run 2. But before that, let's go over more of the specs. So again, slightly larger screen on G6, 5.7 inches versus 5.5 on the Samsung. Front-facing camera on both 5 megapixels, rear-facing on the Galaxy's 12. On the LG, you have 2 rear-facing, both are 13. Internal storage, either 32 or 64 gigabytes or both. Both have micro SD card support. Battery on S7 Edge is larger, 3600, 3300 for G6. Snapdragon 820 and 4 GB RAM for the S7 Edge. Snapdragon 821 and 4 GB RAM for G6. Both phones are water resistant. Again, micro USB on the Galaxy, USB-C on G6. And in terms of price, so the Galaxy will be a few $100s cheaper at this point. Alright, so let's do multitasking. Starting off with the toughest one first, we got Temple Run 2. Alright, so as we've seen in almost all the seen in almost all the LG videos, let me start that over. As you've seen in almost all G6 videos, you guys see here, going straight to the title screen on Galaxy, it's restarting. So very good sign there for G6. Checking out a few more. Alright, CNN. G6 there. Again, G6. And I'm going to give my final thoughts here in a moment. That was very close. Let's do eBay. G6. Let's do the other game, Asphalt 8. And again, you guys see, well, actually, okay, so on the Galaxy, it did not restart, but still a bit faster there on G6. And let's do one more. Let's do Chrome. And again, we got G6 there. So yeah, guys, I mean, overall, I mean, pretty clear winner with G6 here. But the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge for a phone that's 1 year old, 1 year old, so it did exceptionally well. Now, guys, I know a lot of you in the comments are gonna say, you know, like Samsung sucks, LG sucks. You like one of these phones, you prefer one of them, and that's fine. But personally, I do love both of these phones. I can't say that for all the phones I own, but these two I do. I really think you cannot go wrong with either of these phones. Now, in terms of which one is better, I do think the G6 is a little bit better, but it should be, you know, it's a year newer. Um, but in terms of value for your money, then the Galaxy S7 Edge might be a little bit better because it is a few $100s cheaper. LG brand new, so it's going to cost you a lot of money. But yeah, in terms of performance, G6 by a little bit here. So yeah, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more in the future. I do have a lot more planned, including the upcoming Galaxy S7 8 and S8 Plus. And as always, thanks for watching.